Hello everyone, my name is Brian, and I'm a sea otter. I spend most of my time floating in the ocean, cracking open shellfish with rocks. I love swimming, playing in the kelp forests, and meeting new friends from all around the animal kingdom.
Hi there, I'm Amy, and I'm a Taiwan Harpy eagle. Some people also call me a crested eagle. I live high up in the rainforest canopy, and I'm one of the largest and most powerful eagles in the world. I'm so excited to be here today.
Welcome to Otter's Wild Salon. This is a place where we talk about wildlife, nature, and the amazing creatures that share our planet.
Thank you so much for having me, Brian, and to all our listeners out there, if you find our channel helpful, please subscribe, like, and turn on the notification bell. Your support is the driving force behind our content creation. Thank you so much.
So Amy, I'm really curious about you. I live in the water, but you live way up in the trees, right? Can you tell us more about where you call home?
Absolutely. I live in the tropical rainforests of Taiwan. My home is in the canopy layer. That's the very top part of the forest where the tallest trees are. I build my nest on the highest branches, usually about 90 to 140 feet above the ground. It's quite high up.
Wow, that sounds amazing. Why do you choose to live so high up?
Well, there are several reasons. First, it gives me a great view of the forest below. I can spot my prey more easily from up there. Second, it keeps my eggs and chicks safe from predators on the ground. And third, the tall trees are strong enough to support my large nest. My nest can be about 5 feet wide and can weigh hundreds of pounds.
That's incredible. Speaking of size, I've heard that you're quite large. How big are you exactly?
Yes, I'm one of the largest eagles in the world. Female harpy eagles like me are bigger than males. I weigh about 13 to 20 pounds, and my wingspan can reach up to 7 feet across. My talons, those are my claws, are about 5 inches long. They're actually longer than a grizzly bear's claws.
5 inches? That's huge. What do you use those powerful talons for?
My talons are my most important hunting tool. I use them to catch and kill my prey. I have an incredibly strong grip. I can exert pressure of about 110 pounds per square inch. That's strong enough to crush bones. I mainly hunt mammals that live in the trees.
What kind of animals do you hunt?
My favorite prey includes sloths, monkeys, and opossums. Sometimes I also catch large birds like macaws or other animals like iguanas. I'm a carnivore, which means I only eat meat. I'm what scientists call an apex predator. That means I'm at the top of the food chain in my habitat.
That's fascinating. How do you actually hunt? Do you fly around looking for food all day?
Not exactly. I'm actually a sit-and-wait predator. I perch quietly on a high branch and watch the forest below. I have excellent eyesight. I can see a small animal from almost 200 yards away. When I spot something, I swoop down through the trees at speeds up to 50 miles per hour. My wings are relatively short but very broad, which helps me maneuver between the trees.
You must be very skilled to fly so fast through the forest without hitting branches.
Yes, it takes practice. I also have excellent hearing, which helps me locate prey even when I can't see them clearly through the thick leaves. Once I catch my prey, I carry it back to my nest or to a feeding perch.
How often do you need to eat?
I don't need to eat every day. Because I catch relatively large prey, one meal can last me several days. Sometimes I can go up to a week without eating if I've had a big meal. This is actually quite helpful, especially when hunting is difficult.
That's very different from me. I need to eat about 25% of my body weight every day. Now, I'm curious about your family life. Do you have a mate?
Yes, harpy eagles mate for life. That means once we find a partner, we stay together forever. My mate and I share the responsibility of raising our chicks. We usually lay 1 or 2 eggs, but typically only 1 chick survives.
Why is that?
Well, we focus all our energy on raising 1 strong, healthy chick. The breeding process takes a long time. After we lay an egg, it takes about 56 days for it to hatch. Then the chick stays in the nest for about 6 months before it can fly. Even after that, the young eagle depends on us for food for another 6 to 10 months.
So it takes more than a year to raise 1 chick?
Exactly. Sometimes even longer. This means we only breed every 2 to 3 years. It's a huge investment of time and energy, but it's worth it to make sure our chick survives and learns all the skills it needs.
That's a lot of dedication. Now, Amy, I know that many animals today face challenges in their lives. What are some of the difficulties you and other harpy eagles are facing?
Size. Unfortunately, we're facing quite a few serious problems. The biggest one is habitat loss. Humans are cutting down the rainforests where we live. They clear the land for farming, cattle ranching, and logging. When the trees disappear, we lose our homes and our hunting grounds.
That sounds really difficult. How much forest has been lost?
It's heartbreaking. Large areas of rainforest are destroyed every year. In some regions where harpy eagles used to be common, we've completely disappeared. We need large territories to survive. Each pair of harpy eagles needs about 10 to 25 square miles of forest. When the forest becomes fragmented, too broken into small pieces, it's very hard for us to find enough food.
What other challenges do you face?
Another big problem is hunting. Some humans shoot us because they think we're a threat to their livestock, even though we rarely hunt domestic animals. We prefer wild prey in the forest. Also, sometimes people capture our chicks to sell as pets, which is illegal but still happens.
That's terrible. Are there any other threats?
Yes, there's also the problem of slow reproduction that I mentioned earlier. Because we only have one chick every few years, our population grows very slowly. If too many eagles die, it takes a long time for the population to recover. This makes us especially vulnerable to threats.
What about environmental changes? Does climate change affect you?
Climate change is definitely a concern. Changes in temperature and rainfall patterns can affect the rainforest ecosystem. This can impact the populations of the animals we hunt. If our prey becomes scarce, it's harder for us to survive and raise our young successfully.
This all sounds very serious. Are people doing anything to help harpy eagles?
Yes, thankfully. There are conservation organizations working to protect us. They're doing several things. First, they're working to protect and preserve rainforest habitats. They create protected areas where logging and hunting are not allowed. Second, they're educating local communities about the importance of harpy eagles in the ecosystem.
How do these education programs help?
When people understand that we're not a threat and that we play an important role in keeping the forest healthy, they're more likely to protect us. Some programs even help local communities benefit from ecotourism, people who want to see harpy eagles in the wild. This gives communities an economic reason to protect the forest.
That's wonderful. Are there any other conservation efforts?
Yes, some organizations have breeding programs where they raise harpy eagle chicks in captivity and then release them back into the wild. There are also researchers who study our behavior and ecology to better understand what we need to survive. They put tracking devices on some eagles to learn about our movement patterns and territory sizes.
What can ordinary people do to help harpy eagles?
Great question. Even if people don't live near rainforests, they can still help. They can support conservation organizations that work to protect rainforests. They can make environmentally conscious choices, like buying products that don't contribute to deforestation. They can also spread awareness about the importance of protecting endangered species like us.
Amy, what do you think is the most important thing people should understand about harpy eagles?
I think people should understand that we're not just beautiful birds, that we're an important part of the rainforest ecosystem. As apex predators, we help control the populations of other animals. This keeps the ecosystem balanced. When we disappear from an area, it can have ripple effects throughout the entire forest. Protecting harpy eagles means protecting the whole rainforest.
That's such an important point. You're like a symbol of the rainforest's health, aren't you?
Exactly. Scientists call us an indicator species. Our presence shows that the forest is healthy and intact. If we're thriving, it usually means the whole ecosystem is doing well. But if we're struggling or disappearing, it's a warning sign that something is wrong with the forest.
Before we wrap up, is there anything else you'd like our listeners to know about harpy eagles?
I'd like people to know that despite all the challenges we face, there's still hope. With proper protection and conservation efforts, harpy eagle populations can recover. We're resilient birds, and we want to survive. But we need help from humans to make sure our rainforest homes remain intact for future generations.
Thank you so much for sharing your story with us today, Amy. You've taught us so much about harpy eagles and the challenges you face.
Thank you for having me, Brian. It's been wonderful talking with you. I hope our conversation helps people understand and appreciate harpy eagles a little bit more.
I'm sure it will. And to all our listeners, thank you for joining us today at Otter's Wild Salon. Remember to take care of our planet and all the amazing creatures that live here.
See you next time, everyone.